Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Thursday's edition of Kitchen Lab. I am your host, Michael. This morning, we are going to be preparing homemade peanut butter cookies. Our prep time for today is approximately 10 minutes. Our cook time is approximately 10 minutes. And this recipe is expected to yield 15 cookies. Our total cook time and prep time altogether will be 20 minutes total. Here are a list of ingredients that you're going to need. Starting with a cup and a quarter cup of flour, a half teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of baking soda, a quarter teaspoon of salt, a half cup of softened butter, a half cup of peanut butter, smooth, a half cup of granulated sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 egg, and last but not least, a half a teaspoon of vanilla. All right, and welcome back. Before we get things started, before we start blending our ingredients together, we want to first and foremost ensure that our oven has been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Okay, we're going to start with our flour, our baking soda, and then lastly, we're going to add our salt content here. Okay, so now at this point we're going to be adding our butter content. Okay, we're going to be mixing in our peanut butter to this large bowl. And then we're going to be adding our sugars. Okay, brown sugar here, and then our white sugar here. Okay. So now once we've added all 4 of those ingredients, we're going to be beating them all together. If you have an electric mixer at home, you're welcome to use it, but for our purposes today, we're going to be using a handheld. You're really going to get a good arm workout. All right, and welcome back. This is what our mixture should look like after it's been beaten for several minutes. So now we're going to blend in our egg as well as our vanilla to the bowl. Okay. And then we're going to blend this together. Ladies and gentlemen, so now we've blended in our eggs and vanilla into our mixture here, the wet ingredients. Now we have our flour mixture, which will include the, again, flour itself, but we're also going to have the salt, the baking soda, and if it wasn't mentioned earlier, I'll mention it now. It's important that we have already added our baking powder to this mixture. So now we're slowly going to incorporate our flour mixture that we've assembled here into our wet ingredients here in the main bowl. So again, slowly just kind of adding it. Okay, let's do a little bit at a time. Let's do that for starters. Blend it in. and then there'll be a couple more additions made before we're through. But for now, make sure that we're getting our flour mixed in very well. Get it off the sides. Get a little bit of flour on you, it's okay, it's all part of the experience. We'll do our best to avoid it. Just get it right off here, off the perimeter of the bowl. Continue blending it in. And as it's blended in, just already incorporating more of our mixture as we go along here. Okay, again, we're gonna add a little bit more now. Okay. Yeah, just kind of cradle it here. Make sure you get it all, as much of it contained in this bowl as you can. Okay, so now that we've finished mixing in all our ingredients, everything's ready to go. We got our baking sheet, we have our parchment paper, and now at this point we're going to grab our tablespoon. And this recipe calls for a tablespoon worth of dough. There's going to be, again, approximately 15 cookies in this recipe. So we're going to assemble our 15 little mounds here to start. So kind of with your baking pan, try to assemble them in a kind of a 3x5 formation. Okay. What's that? Yeah. Okay. And then with each one as we go, we will flatten them with the tines of our fork here. And then do a crisscross pattern. Okay. Flatten it out. Go one at a time. Our 15 cookies assembled. They've been flattened. We've used the tines of our fork, and now we're ready to throw them in the oven. Again, we'll be throwing it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Check on it after 8 minutes. If they're not to your specification, you can leave it in for 2 extra minutes. Okay, so after the baking time has elapsed, it is time to take our cookies out of the oven. Alright, turn off our baking equipment. And here we are, 15 peanut butter cookies. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.